How much up would an Upchuck chuck if an Upchuck could chuck up? Hello. And welcome to the first ever part 2 to an add-on, I guess you can say, because we are back talking about Omni extras because they just released Upchuck. Well, okay, I don't know when this video is getting uploaded, so they might not have officially released them yet to Omni extras, but they are done with Upchuck. So, yay! But anyways, I really like Upchuck. I don't know what it is about him. I just really do like the character, and I am very pleased with how this add-on made him. But we gotta start. We gotta start how we get him before we can talk about him. So let's get into it, I guess. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is find a new abandoned lab. Probably one in a different chunk because as you can see, it has a little bit of new renovations. But yeah, so you're going to want to find one in a new chunk so that way you can get the new lab. And it looks like the subjects or the test subjects have names. So the slime is George, but he's dead. Every time I try to find one, or every time that I did a new world to test it out, he's always been dead. So, rip George always. Long live George. But Craig, the creeper has finally been addressed. His name is Craig. Yeah, we're talking about you, man. You finally have been addressed. But as okay, hello. Anyways, what you're gonna really want to find is this book right here. It's not an enchanted book, it's a custom book. And so when it drops, journal entry number 41. I don't actually know if they're all named journal entry number 41 because every time I try to do this, something just went wrong. I either destroyed the book, but you're gonna find this journal, and in it, upon discovering the abandoned lab, there were writings describing these teeny little people who were said to have an unending appetite and could extend their tongues outwards. That's quite unbelievable if you ask me. The ancients truly write laughable fables. I also discovered writings discovering an redacted that was tasked with bringing some sort of device and omnitrix. It's too messy to read. Says here that people reported that a spaceship got shot down. I wonder if they could still be alive after all this time. Also, on another note, while digging around the center tube of the lab, I found a tablet with seemingly unreadable writing. I'll keep it for now. It might be important in the future, but I gotta note that this tablet smells an awful lot like freshly baked cookies. I could try tasting this, redacted. So, basically, as you can tell, you're gonna actually go into the center, and it looks like there's a chest. I don't know if this has always been here or if this is new, but more supplies. But you're gonna want to keep digging. You're gonna keep digging around, and you're gonna find this mysterious tablet. And of course, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna break it, the item frame, and you're gonna get this tablet of unknown origins. And I gotta say, I love the world building because it's talking about crash ships. And in base Alien Evil, of course, you find the Omnitrix core in a crash ship. And it's just, these aren't, well, I don't want to say these aren't connected because clearly it is because it's an add-on to Alien Evil. But it's nice how they're adding to the story of Alien Evil. That's just bon appetit or bon magnificent, whatever it is. The next place we need to head to once we find this tablet of unknown origin is we're actually gonna want to head to an what is this biome called? Okay, it's called the frozen ocean. We're gonna want to head to the frozen ocean biome, and as you can see, nothing too different, nothing too different. But that's where you're gonna have to pay close attention, because you're actually gonna find Xylene trapped in ice. I don't know if she's in every frozen ocean biome, but she is in a frozen ocean biome. So if you don't see her, try again. But also one time I did find her in like a bigger case of ice. So, there is just a chance you might possibly miss her, and if so, rip. And all I gotta say, man, is what a woman. What a woman. Let me get rid of this night vision actually. But once you find Xylene, you're actually going to get But once you actually find Xylene, what you're going to want to do is go up to her with, make sure you have the Omnitrix. Of course, you got to have the Omnitrix for this. I don't know why I'm stating the obvious. But you're going to right click her with this tablet, and you're going to notice you're going to lose the Omnitrix. But in a second, she's going to do something to the Omnitrix. It doesn't look any different. Like it looks the same. Yeah, like it looks the same. Nothing too different. No customizations or anything. But if you can read the title and you have context clues, skills, you can already tell once you press V on the Omnitrix, you're gonna have Upchuck. And you're free to transform to him anytime you want. So let's go! Before I really start, oh my goodness, I just really like the model. Like the model is genuinely so good. It fits, it probably fits the most in Minecraft out of any alien in the entire add-ons, like the base Alien Evo, because he just looks like he belongs in Minecraft.
What's this thing supposed to do?
Okay, so we're back to the campus spot to show off what Upchuck can do. So the first ability you're going to have is the ability to actually eat food, or not eat food, but eat blocks. And so if you go to any block, you click B, you're gonna have the ability to eat it. And this guy kind of works as a mining alien, but also at the same time, he uh he does just eat any block. So there's a chance you might eat the block you're looking for, trying to mine. So I say just be careful. And if you eat too much, you do get nausea, which I'm okay with, you know. I wish it didn't last. It doesn't last that long. I don't know. I was about to over exaggerate. But you actually don't have the ability to shoot it out. You have to unlock it in the skill tree. And so if I could go to it real quick. So yeah, you actually have to unlock the ability to shoot it out. But once you do, all you have to do is right click, and it's some pretty good damage. So if I spawn a husk, yeah, it took like 3 hits to kill. And the cool thing about his ability is that it actually has physics. And by that, I mean if you are aiming at the ground and you're close to the ground, it will actually shoot you back, which means that you can actually start to fly with Upchuck through his projectile ability, which is just so cool. Like it's genuinely so cool. I like that. That's such nice attention to detail. It makes it feel more, I don't want to say real, but more, I don't know the word for it. But it just feels so nice to have that. It also has the ability where you can unlock it to where he spits out a little slime, which is basically just Stinkfly's ability. But you can also have this little whip for your tongues. And so I really like that. It makes use of the tongues other than just being able to eat something. But another ability he has is to be able to eat entities. And so if you click B, looks like you can only eat one entity at a time, which I don't really mind, but you have to hold it and oh wait, that's kind of sick. I did not know it could collide with entities. I really did not. But you have to hold B to be able to store them, and it actually fills up your energy to capacity meter. And the thing about the eating entities is that you actually have to be walking backwards to be able to shoot them out. So yeah, because if you're walking forward, let me show you. Because if you're walking forward or not just like walking at all, he will just pop out of you. So you do have to be walking backwards to be able to actually shoot him out like a projectile. But either way, that's really cool. I have my opinion on Upchuck like normally in the show being able to eat living beings, but that's something for my little overview on Upchuck as a whole. But in Minecraft, it makes perfect sense to me. I feel like that's totally fine, and also it's a cool way to get your projectiles. So I like it. I like it in Minecraft. In the show, I'm not that much of a fan of it, but I'll discuss it when I discuss it. Oh yeah, also really cool thing is that I like the way they have his mouth open in the mod. And so if you look here, he has it open kind of like a chest. And I really like that. I like how it's not a PNG of just his face or his mouth opening on his head. I like how it's actually his whole entire head moving open like a chest. I find that really nice. But if you guys watch my ranking video, forearms, I said he didn't feel too destructive. And I feel like Upchuck should be destructive, right? So, that should be like docking points or something. I don't actually be docking points or anything. But, I feel like, that should be the case, right? Upchuck should have some type of destructibility, right? Okay, so if you actually crouch and right click with your projectile, you do get the ability to turn it into an explosive. And I like that. I like how one's not that destructive, it's just a regular blast, and the other is destructive. So you can kind of pick and choose whichever one you want to do. I really like that. I like how one isn't just destructive and one is. But yeah, I really appreciate that addition of them adding that explosive charge because I feel like Upchuck's energy blasts are destructive, but also at the same time, I don't want to be shooting around and destroy something that I don't want destroyed. So I'm glad you have that ability to choose which one you want to do. You do have to have a significant amount of you do have to have a significant amount of stuff ate. So like I have it here, I just shot it out regularly, but I'm right clicking, shifting. I can't shoot it out because I don't have enough of my energy. Oh, and also, I mean, I might as well mention it just because, but there is B does work no matter what. You can just be not standing by anything, and ooh, wait, hold on. Oh, it's different. I just realized it's different animations. So V is just like a regular mouth chomp. Well, it is called chomp, so I can see why. And B actually uses the tongues. That's so cool. Upchuck also has this destructive blast. So yeah, before I thought it meant you could like eat TNT or redstone. Oops, I forgot. Anyways, I thought before it meant you can eat TNT and redstone and you'll get more of a charge. Or I'm not getting a different charge at all. So it's actually something else to where if you have a nether star, and let's go into first person for this, and if you right click it, so basically like you're eating a regular food, it's gonna say yummy. And a TNT icon is gonna appear, and then he's gonna start to grow. So a little bit of inflation going on. And he's gonna have this huge destructive crater. Oh my goodness, bro. Dude, I'm glad I didn't even think about moving away from the camping spot. I just was walking around, so I'm glad I actually did decide to walk off. But dude, this is insane, bro. It is a nice little mining technique because it did take away a lot of like stone blocks and leave a lot of ores out. So, ancient debris mining technique, let me know. Yeah, I was trying to lose hunger naturally, but I had to use a little husk there. But if you don't know, Upchuck's ability is that he has to eat non-conventional food or just stuff that's not food. So if he tries to eat a steak or something and he's low HP or low health, you're just gonna get incredibly sick and you're just gonna lose all your hunger. You're gonna get slowness. You're gonna get everything like that. I dead can't even move. And so the only way to, or not the only way, one of the ways to get your food up is to eat blocks. So if you eat blocks, you get food up and you get a significant amount, but you're probably not going to want to go out and just start eating blocks every time you get hungry. And so they added this granola all bar and it's made pretty simply. All you need is a wrapper and this stuff. I don't know if it needs to be exactly like this or you can just put literally anything in it. But um I would say just put it like how it is for one of these crafting recipes. And a wrapper is really easy to make. You need paper, white dye, light blue dye. Actually, how do you get light blue dye? Oh, okay, not bad. But yeah, once you have that, you can make a granola bar or granola bar, and you're able to eat it, and you actually do get some energy. You actually don't get a lot of hunger from it, but you do keep the wrapper, which means you can make it again anytime. So I guess it is more convenient to stack. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, so I'm trying to see what happens if you eat it as a regular person. Yeah. So don't do not eat a mixture of dirt and other non non-edible stuff, or else you will start to perish. But Upchuck can eat just fine. And I do like the little text. So for the steak, it just says, I don't think I can eat that. And for the eating the granola bar, it just says scrumptious. Eating the Nether Star gets you yummy. And eating the granola bar as a human gets you, oh God, I'm gonna, puke. So Upchuck, it says he enhances swallowing capacity, allowing ingestion of larger, beefier targets. I want to put it to the test and I want to see what he can eat. So we're gonna start off small and work our way up, okay? So small, I think, is like a little pillager, you know. Can we eat a pillager? Okay, we. Oh, we can't eat a pillager. I just did it wrong. Okay. And what are those things that pillagers ride? Ravengers, right? Okay. Can we eat a Ravenger? Or should we try eating a horse? Ah, whatever. We're moving up to Ravager already. So can we eat? Can we not eat a Ravager? Wow, we can't eat a Ravager? Oh, man. Whatever. Let's check out if we can eat a horse, though. Oh, we can't eat a horse? You know what? Bunkin', man. I'ma just keep trying stuff. Can we eat a warden? Let's see. We can eat a warden, but we can't eat a Ravager? I'm not mad or anything. I just didn't expect that. And now let's see if we can eat the Wither. So it's in its recharge form. So, oops, I'm not even Upchuck. But let's see. Okay. Okay, I have no idea where I'm gonna put this, but I did forget a couple of things I wanted to try to swallow. Pause. First up, Iron Golem. Okay, you cannot. You can shoot an Iron Golem, but you can't eat an Iron Golem. Next up, we're going to be seeing if we can eat the machines of this Alien Evo mod itself. So, okay, you can't eat the baby ones. Can't eat the big ones. I'm guessing you can't eat these ones either. Yeah, which I'm surprised you can't eat the machine guys like these because they're essentially just retextured husk. And I thought you would be able to eat them just because they are sort of kind of retextured husk. And just to be clear, I'm not saying that this is a thing that needs to be 100%. You should be able to eat all these mobs. I'm just trying to see what mobs you can eat. So, I'm just doing my research. And I feel like we probably already know the answer to this, but can we eat the werewolf? Yeah, nah. There's no eating of the werewolf. Okay, I was just trying to respawn the Ender Dragon in this world, but turns out I found out you can eat end crystals. I did not know that. I also just remembered you don't even need to respawn the Ender Dragon. I could just do summon. So, of course we gotta see, can we eat the dragon? You cannot eat the dragon. Listen, I gotta try everything, man. This is a little mod review, so I gotta see. I gotta see if I can eat the dragon. How do I feel about Upchuck? Well, I love him. He was unique and he had a pretty fun first appearance too. His powers are fun and different than the conventional superhero powers. It was refreshing seeing him on screen in Classic every time. Also, his design and voice is very interesting. For those that don't know, Upchuck is not based on a frog. He's supposed to be an amoeba-like guy, and you can tell that in how gelatinous his original texture looks. While his voice sounds very gastric, does that make sense? It sounds like he's always ready to belch when he speaks. While UAF kinda has the idea of making Upchuck sound gross, I think they missed the mark because that distinct gastric sound from Classic is completely gone.
Or Upchuck. Upchuck is good.
Also, I don't mind the Merc Upchuck. Oh yeah, fun fact, they are planning on adding Merc Upchuck to the mod. But anyways, back to UAF. I don't mind it, but he completely just lost his sauce to me. And it's not even a bad design, I actually do like it. I just really like how gummy Upchuck looked in Classic. And it's a shame we never got to see it in UAF. Also, as far as I know, there was no explanation on why they redesigned him out there. And I think UAF is where people have gotten the idea that Upchuck is based off a frog. And they also got rid of his separate 3 tongues in UAF. So again, just really watering him down for me. Now, before I go on my small rant of OV's Upchuck, I will say I do like how they made Perk and Mercs 2 different species. Okay, that's it. If UAF missed the mark with the voice, then OV missed the mark and hit a random pedestrian with the voice. He just sounds very dorky and lame. It feels more like a parody and doesn't at all speak to his character.
Just my big eater.
In design, I am actually very indifferent on Merc, Upchuck, and OV, probably because he's shown like once while the show favors Perk. But man, I do wish they both appeared because I do not like Perk, Upchuck, and OV. He's naked in OV, which was apparently a big deal for Wrath, but not Upchuck. Also, his texture looks very basic, making him look smooth, you know? He even looks more like a frog, so again, just completely missing the point. Finally, I hate the way OV handles Upchuck's powers. It's just way too much that he's able to swallow things whole, like living things. It's just very dull seeing it happen. Like I said before, I don't mind it in the mod and I think it works in Minecraft, but show-wise, it's very ridiculous seeing his powers just dumbed down. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the mod, of course. I would have had this out earlier, but I really wanted to make a video that's not Ben 10, just so that way I'm not like seeming that I'm tied down to one thing. I want to start branching out, doing mods on other stuff. But, you know, apparently Ben 10's a hit on this channel, and I love Ben 10, so I will, of course, keep creating Ben 10 content. I just wanted to get that out there so that way I'm not just tied down to that, you know? You get what I'm saying? But, yeah, I would have had it out earlier because I'm kind of like tied with the mod creator. You know, I have a little early access thing. But no, in all seriousness, I would have had it out before it released. But, you know, again, wanted to create that. And if the mod creators are fine with me, before things get released and I can put a video out on the next thing, which the next thing is probably going to be Andromeda Alien. If they're fine with that, I would love to do that, show you guys before it gets to it, even if it's just like a beta or something. I would definitely love to do that if the mod creators are fine with it. But if not, you know, we just gotta wait to wait. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you guys did. Commenting, it helps a lot, even if it's something like critical. I could take criticism. And also just let YouTube know that people like watching the video. So I would appreciate it if you did any of that stuff. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, a great night, a great week, and a great life. Peace, peace.